Hi everybody. We're going to finish up this semester's Magic Mondays with a neat little number trick. We'll call this trick Lucky 7 because we're going to only be using the numbers from 1 to 7. You can play along with me, and all you need to do that is just paper and pen. So make sure that you have paper and pen with you. If you pause the video, I promise that I'll wait until you come back and unpause it before I start back. So go ahead and pause. Okay, hope you have paper and pen with you now. I'd like you to start on your paper by making 16 blanks across the page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It might not be a bad idea to number the blanks just to be sure that you have all of the 16 there. Or if you're very confident in your counting ability, you may not need to number them. But make sure that you've got 16 blanks going across the top of your page. Now what we're going to do next is we're going to put some numbers in these first 2 blanks. And the numbers you get to choose are any number between 1 and 7. And you're going to get to choose the numbers that go in those 2 spots. In particular, you could put a 4 and a 3 there, or you could do a 1 and a 2, or you could do a 5 and a 5. You can repeat, that's okay. The only thing I would like not for you to do is to do 7 and 7. So don't do 7, 7. But you can do any other pair that you want in those first 2 spots. So go ahead and do that now. I'll start with a 1 and 3, but you can start with whatever else you would like. And the next thing you're going to do is do some adding. And this adding is pretty simple, but there are 2 basic rules I'd like you to follow as we add. And here are the 2 rules. The first rule is that each blank is going to be filled by adding the previous 2 numbers. So blank number 3 here, I'll put a 4 there because 1 plus 3 is 4. In blank number 4, I'll do the previous 2 numbers. That's a 3 plus 4, and so I'll get a 7. Just like so. Before we do our next blank, number 5, let's take a look at our second rule. And that is that if the sum is greater than 7, then we subtract 7. So in my next blank, I would normally do 4 plus 7, since those are the previous 2 numbers. But 4 plus 7 is 11, and that is greater than 7. So my rule says that I'll subtract 7 from the 11 and get a 4. Let's go again. I got another 7 and a 4 here, so I'll do 7 plus 4. 7 plus 4 is 11. That's greater than 7, so I'll subtract 7, and I'll get 4 again. 4 plus 4 is next. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 is greater than 7, so I subtract 7 from 8, and I get 1. 4 plus 1 is 5, so that's fine. And I'll just keep going in this fashion all the way to the end. Now you can pause the video if you'd like and start with yours, but make sure that whatever 2 numbers you put in the first 2 spots, they can be any numbers between 1 and 7. They can be repeats, but they should not be 7, 7. Don't start with that. And then fill out the entire row of 16, just like I've started to do here. Add the previous 2 numbers. If the sum is greater than 7, then you subtract 7. So let's pause the video now while you finish that up. Okay, now that you have finished out all 16 of your blanks, go back and check your work if you'd like to make sure that you follow the rules as you go. Once you're convinced that you have done all the addition correctly, the final thing for you to do is to add up all 16 numbers. So start on your far left-hand side and add up all 16 numbers all the way to the right side. This time, when you're adding all 16 numbers, don't worry about the second rule here where you subtract 7. Just want you to add all 16 numbers as you normally would. So in my case, I'll do 1 plus 3 plus 4 plus 7 plus 4, etc. And I'll add up all of those 16 numbers and I'll land on my own special private number that I have created. So pause the video now and add your numbers up and then remember your number. And you'll probably end up with a 2-digit number of some kind. Okay, I hope you have your number in mind. I'm now going to change to the next slide, and believe it or not, your sum, your special number that you have added now, is going to be written on that slide, so prepare to be amazed. And there you go. Your number is on this page just like I promised. Well, maybe that's not quite as exciting as it could be because there are lots of choices here and lots of numbers you might have ended on. But here's what I'd like you to do. Find the number that was the sum that you calculated and put your eyes on it. Stare at it for about 10 seconds if you can. One of the things that you'll notice as you're staring, if you're staring carefully, is that it will become a little brighter and all the other ones will fade away. It's an interesting trick with your eyes that happens. What do you think? Pretty cool, huh? I think that you should have been on 63, and it turns out that 63 is where you end up no matter how you start that little trick. If you didn't end up on 63, you might go back and check your math. Hope you enjoyed that, and hope you have a great week this week, and best of luck on your exams and finishing out the semester.